So this week we saw a big group where guys get together and talk about dating kind of like start to fall apart. And maybe it won't, maybe it will. It will probably stay around and all that sort of stuff. But in being in this industry for 10 years, you see this happen over and over again. And it happens for the same fucking reasons, the same bullshit. Mainly because people think, for some reason, they think that learning how to meet women, talk to women, or like have a good sex life, this urge that everybody has, men and women have, to better their lives has to be about dominance or like fucking superiority. And that's the beginning of it. Okay. And this group built up a whole bunch of followers, a whole bunch of fanboys, a whole bunch of like fucking dudes who learned how to be bitches in order to like, follow somebody as if that's going to make them better. And man, it's fucked up, and it happens over and over again. And now it's just like kind of, hey man, let's just watch the fucking car running 150 miles right into a wall and grab a bag of popcorn. I mean, it's just ridiculous to see it happen over and over again. But the thing is it's really fucking sad. I mean, there was a thread that was on that board where this guy, Steve, AKA Bravo, who's been teaching in the community for a long time. Gary was on there. A couple other people were on there who were like good coaches, a lot of experience coaching. And they were breaking stuff down of what it means to be a coach, what it means to be a pickup artist, what it means to have a life where you're good with women. And nobody fucking wants to listen to that. Okay. The fact of the matter is like, to be a pickup artist is not that big of a deal. Like, to be good with women, it first off, it doesn't fucking hurt women. So there's this whole like side of like the public going like, look at this misogynistic, horrible thing. The fact of the matter is like guys never get that good, even though their motive may very well be, and the marketing is shitty. I agree. It's totally fucked up and ridiculous, where it's like, you will, fuck as many chicks and have them, worship you with like the flick of a wrist. And, it promotes rape culture and all this stuff. It is doing all of that. But here's the result of what has happened for the past 15 years of this industry being in existence, is that it does not produce a guy with a good enough skill set who's ever been able to do that. The guys doing that are fucking dudes who think the pickup industry is ridiculous. Like the guys that are truly being misogynistic assholes. Dude, guys like Julian Blanc or Blank, he's just a fucking kid. He's an immature asshole, like frat boy kid. I've been that guy. Every dude who had a sense of power and was young and immature and getting a whole bunch of validation for it was that guy. But did he really, really cause harm to women? A dude like Elliot Rodger, that guy's a fucking psycho, man. He had legitimate problems and he killed more men than women. And, he talked about torturing them equally and was a fucking demented human being. The thing is that pickup produces this kind of guy. It takes this dude who's tremendously insecure, or maybe he doesn't want to admit that because that's weakness, right? Who like wants to get better with women, hasn't been able to talk to people and get the results he wanted. Or in my case, it was like I did have some girlfriends and have some sexual interactions, but it's like, man, I wasn't satisfied. I wanted some more, right? And it basically tells you that there's this map, this system where you're going to fucking nail it, and you're going to nail it, and you're going to be empowered, and you're going to get it, and you're going to fucking be totally fueled. And you can just say these things. You can effortlessly now have choice. Everybody who ever shit on you you will have the decision where you can shit on them, and you can shit on them in any way, but man, sexually, you're going to be there. And it produces this idea. And see, it's weird because a lot of the public's going, man, that's such a horrible, evil, like anti-woman thing. But in reality, what it's become is fucking anti-man, because it takes guys who have some issues. Maybe they have some real psychological problems. Maybe they just feel a little bit insecure. Maybe some shit didn't go right in their life. And they think there's an answer to fucking controlling people and dominating them. But in order to accept that, and here's the big thing, you are less than. You are shit. What you are doing isn't working. And man, I'll tell you this, like I have a lot of experience in pickup. I mean, I was writing about this today on their board thing, is like, I don't know many pickup people who are teachers in the industry who can keep up with this. Number one, I've had a business. I've taken money from guys and worked with them and have been very successful at it, have a real good name about it for 9 years. Okay. And that's all I've done. I don't know many people who've done that. I've lived a sexual life that has been totally, absolutely what I want. I didn't know what I wanted. I fucking, wanted to fuck everything in the world. I wanted to have orgies. I wanted to have gangbangs. I wanted to hang out with hookers. I wanted to fucking befriend all these people and have a life with strippers and live with like multiple women at once and different countries and all this sort of shit. I did that, man. I fucking did that. And a lot of it was really fucking cool. It was really fucking awesome. And the reason why it was really fucking awesome was because it made me realize what I wanted, what I really, really wanted. And then I could clearly go for that. But also, I don't know many pickup people that are somewhat sane. Now, people could argue that with me. I mean, I'm pretty crazy. I sit in ice baths. I've done a whole bunch of crazy shit throughout my life. But man, I can make a fucking decision. I don't overreact to things that when there's big breaks, I don't get all dramatic about. I mean, I get dramatic about when I stub my toe or when my fucking wife tells me, I don't know, some shit and yada, yada, yada. But if somebody says like, holy shit, Steve, you're less of a man, I don't fucking flip out, man. And, I could go on and on about I have a stable relationship. I do not know, man. I'm the host of the 21 convention. I know almost everybody who teaches in this industry, and I know them pretty well. And like, it's a whole grouping of instructors who can't have relationships with people. It's insane. Like, 80% of them are actually bad with women who are teaching, but the 20% that are good have fucking never had a girlfriend. There's like 3 guys I know who have a stable relationship out of the 100 that like I've known and worked with through the years. It's fucking insane, man. And so that all being said, in my journey, in what I've done with all of this, here's really what helped me out the most. What helped me become like a good person or a better man or fulfilled sexually, to feel confident about those things where I didn't need to go and chase being a leader or fronting a posture or, talking to a bunch of insecure fucking men on a forum to worship me. What made me not have to search for that was bettering things in my life. Okay. So if I started to, of course, socialize, have sex with people, have the relationships that I wanted, but man, get a better mentality. If I made that an important part of my life, how I thought, how I sat with my thoughts, how I sat with my emotions, how I sat with things telling me I wasn't good enough. Dude, there are so many things that I do where I am not the best at. And I don't want to be. I don't care about it. Right? It's not, that's an artificial concept. That is a man-made concept. It is not in our nature. It is not what man was born to do, to be the best, to be a dominant person. You talk to any athlete at the top, at the very, very fucking top. What is it about being the best? Being the best is a game within themselves. Okay. And I don't want to be one of these assholes who's just parroting fucking Michael Jordan shit or some shit without any experience. Man, I know from working at stuff in my life and being a fairly competitive and obsessive person that letting go of that shit and letting go of that identity is one of the best things that I could have done for my own sanity so that I could live a fucking good life, man, and that I could get into my true expression. Man, my mentality to focus on that was key, man, to work on it, to write about it. I started out, man, with years and years and years of, I'm 38 now. When I was 30, I started on a journey for basically 30 until now to write on sometimes a daily basis, but for 8 years, a weekly basis of how I was doing, right? Mentally. Get in touch with those things. What is with the loss? What is with the sadness? What is with the winning? What is the need to brag, the need to pity? And I still do all of those things and I'm so capable of them, but to explore them was massive. To sit with a group of people and discuss them and work on them and grow was massive. Later on, it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I started to get into meditation and do things for my mind to better myself. And some days, dude, nothing happens. Some days I meditate and I do all of my ritual stuff and it's just like a plain old day. Maybe I'm in a bad mood. Maybe everything goes to shit and, I can't handle it and I curl up in a ball and cry. Either way, I'm honoring myself. That's what you need to do, man. You need to honor your journey of what it means to you to be you. Man, the other thing was that I started caring about, my body, who I was, what I did. Man, I didn't work out from 15 to 30. And at that point, man, I really focused on those things. It was a very important thing in my life, and I get in good athletic shape. I get in so athletic shape, whatever, man. But it's an expression of myself. And the other thing that has been super, super important was I learned to have friends, man. And that's another thing, man. I know so many instructors that are out here in this industry and they don't fucking have friends. They don't have relationships with people. They have people who might worship them. They have people who might put them in a pedestal to think they're, whatever. And maybe that has to do with their personality type. Maybe that has to do with some disorder. But the crazy thing about it is that I don't know people that have real, genuine connections who teach in this industry, again, except for a couple, man. Except for a few dudes that are able to do that, let alone have a relationship with people. Man, like getting my life together and getting it together in all those different ways in a well-rounded type of like ecosystem that I created was something that allowed me to express and be myself. And fucking, it's not about being a leader, man. I don't give a fuck about being a leader. I lead my calls, I lead my groups, but that's just because they let me talk the most, man. I really like, God, man, it's not a big deal to me. Like what I've always wanted was a community of people to be able to come together. And I think like when it comes down to it, the problem with so many guys is they're looking to follow somebody and they're willing to accept that something is fucking wrong with you. Man, nothing's wrong with you. All of the answers are within you. The thing is there might be a shelf or a fucking massive foundation of shit over that expression that's you, and you got to dig through it. And I know it looks a lot fucking easier to go and be some dude who's got like fucking crazy hair or all these tattoos and has this super posture. And if you could just imitate that, because that's so easy, you're going to have a great life where people finally respect you. But dude, that is short-lived, man. And I've never got anywhere in my life. And I know a lot of fucking excellent people, man. And I've worked with a lot of people who have hit their personal excellence, not my personal excellence, their fucking personal excellence. And one of the things that comes through with that is that you don't get there by worshiping another fucking human being. You can respect another human being, but as soon as he stops becoming the same vehicle, the same expression, or she or whatever it is you in that same potential, and you start disrespecting the life, the spark that is within you to follow them and to think that they're beyond it somehow, man, that's when you lose. I get it. I'll never be taller than I am, shorter than I am. Well, I could be shorter than I am. There could be some crazy shit for that. There's things about me that'll never change. There's certain capabilities that might be out of my range of stuff. But man, to forget the essence of life, the essence of biology, the essence of you, the essence of you being a man, the sexuality of men and women and how that connection can happen and how socializing can take place. And you throw that out the window to follow an idea of somebody who's just stumbling through life like us, man, fuck, you're never going to get better, man. You have to stop following. You have to stop like the fucking hero worship, and you have to stop wanting or needing to be a hero in order to think you're okay. What if everything in you was good? What if that? What if you had that? Do you believe it? Why not? What's so fucking wrong with that? And what if there was a way where you had to dig and work at to uncover that? Like, why wouldn't you take that? Why wouldn't you fucking take that journey? Why wouldn't you take that awesome, awesome experience just for the assumed quick result, which at this point is proven not to work? Look at being yourself. Look at how awesome that can be. You might have to work at it. You will have to work at it. But never think that you do not have the awesome potential of life, especially the things that we are born to do, like being social, being sexual, being healthy, right? Being happy, being in a great expression of yourself. Never think that that is impossible. Never let go of that to worship somebody else's other fucking bullshit, because that's what it is, man. It's fucking bullshit.